Hey guys, it's your animal expert, and I'm here with a slide all about axolotls. So we don't have to go through this. You can pause it if you want to read it, but we don't have to. Axolotls are cute. Axolotls are cute. I mean, look at that little dude. You don't believe me? How about I teach you a little more about axolotls? What are axolotls? Axolotls are a species of a Mexican salamander, often mistaken for a fish. This small amphibian comes in different colors such as pink, black, purple, yellow, etc. More information in the section Colored Axolotls. Axolotls must live in temperatures of 60 to 64 degrees Fahrenheit, although sometimes they look for temperatures between 50 and 70. Baby axolotls. Axolotl eggs. Axolotls have mating season in spring. Depending on the temperature, babies will hatch after 14 days if kept in 25 degrees Celsius. They will hatch in 20 or more days if kept in temperatures of 18 degrees Celsius or lower. The female axolotl will usually lay eggs 12 to 20 hours after mating. She will wait several days to begin, but this happens rarely. 1,000 eggs can be laid at a time. If the female is in a container filled with rocks or plants, you'll find eggs spread out on them. It is a bad idea to keep the parents with the eggs as they aren't afraid to eat them. And this is a picture of axolotl eggs. Baby axolotls. Baby axolotls are considered larvae. In 48 to 72 hours after hatching, babies are ready to be fed. They need to be fed live and small food, such as Daphnia, baby brine shrimp, and microworms. Temperatures between 64 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit are recommended. It's important to make sure water temperature is kept stable. If not, this can cause stress and increase the chances of infection. And I would let you guys watch the video, but I don't want to be copyrighted. Axolotls for pets. Tanks Part 1. Avoiding cannibalism. Don't buy a plastic tank, buy a glass one. Try to keep 1 to 3 well-fed axolotls in a 10-gallon tank. This is to avoid cannibalism. It is recommended to divide axolotls by size when they reach at least 2 centimeters because this is when they start developing cannibalistic traits. Tanks Part 2. Avoiding cannibalism. For adult axolotls, the recommended tank size is 15 to 20 gallons. Maybe baby and juvenile axolotls can fit here too, of course, but as they grow, they must be rehomed to different aquariums as well. Another way to avoid cannibalism is by having a heavily planted tank and minimizing the lighting. Tanks Part 3. Sand is recommended for adult axolotls since they feed by sucking water in. Sand will not do for baby axolotls since sand is dangerous for them. It is recommended to not give any substrate until they are at least 5 inches or bigger. Once large enough, ingesting sand will not be an issue. You can add sand then, the preferable substrate to axolotls. Temperatures. Adult axolotls can handle temperatures between 59 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Even if they can handle these temperatures, they should be in temperatures of 60 to 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Juvenile axolotls require a bit warmer water, 64 to 68 Fahrenheit. Filter. During the larval stage, a few water changes per week are recommended. To subtract many water changes, you can try using biofoam filters. Only use biofoam filters for larvae, as it is not enough for adults. Colored axolotls. Alright, this is going to be a lot of slides. Colored axolotls, and this is the source right here. Like, all of this is just copy and pasted. Like, all of it, even the pictures. The amphibian comes in many different colors, the most common being golden albino, and the rarest being a blue axolotl. It's not really a blue axolotl, but yeah. This section will be all about the colors of axolotls. And that's a wild axolotl. Basic colors. This axolotl has a leucistic. This axolotl has a white/pink body color, dark navy/black eyes, bright red gills, may or may not develop freckles depending on the environment and genetics. This axolotl has a white/pink body color, dark navy. The albino axolotl has a white/pink body, has clear/red eyes, and bright red gills. This axolotl will not develop any type of freckles or other pigmentation on the body. However, the tips of the fingers will become dark and appear as if the axolotl has dirty fingertips when the albino axolotl is on its way to romantic maturity. The white albino comes in two forms, known only as white and xanthic, I think. For simplicity, we will just call them white albinos. Golden albino. This axolotl has a golden yellow body with shiny patches, clear eyes with peachy colored gills. The golden albino lacks melanophores, which is what gives it the gold appearance. Like albinos, golden axolotls cannot have black eyes as they are a form of albinism. Melanoid/black axolotl. Melanoid looks very similar to dark wild types. However, this axolotl has an increased amount of melanophores or dark pigment and lacks shiny pigments. This lack of shine means they won't have golden flecks or other colors throughout their bodies like a wild type. They are one solid black color. Uncommon colors. GFP, green fluorescent protein. These axolotls are any axolotl that has a gene known as the GFP gene. This is the genetically modified protein in their DNA that was originally introduced in a lab setting. The purpose of this was for cancer and regeneration research. This gene is now a recessive gene, which means that it is now passed on from generation to generation. The protein allows the axolotl to glow vibrant green under UV or blue lighting. The less pigment the axolotl has, the brighter they will grow. The top image is a GFP albino and the bottom is a GFP wild type. The gene is simply passed on to its offspring. Any axolotl morph can be a GFP. Axolotls that contain the GFP genetic are considered to be a special morph. They are available just about everywhere. And so this is the albino right here. And then this is the wild type right here. Copper. Coppers are more common in some countries such as Germany, Australia, and the United States. Coppers are also not available in a lot of other countries such as Canada. Copper is a variety of albino as they have red tinted eyes and lay white eggs. They are often a light browny pinky color with darker brownish spots. Coppers don't have any black pigments, melanophores. Rare colors. Chimera. Chimerism in axolotl is said to be when two eggs fuse together in development, and each side grows according to the egg it came from, often resulting in a split down the middle appearance. One side can often grow at a slightly slower rate than the other. Chimera cannot be duplicated in breeding. It is caused by an accident during development. The chances of an axolotl being a chimera and surviving is a 0.00001% chance. There's also the argument that chimerism is in axolotls don't actually exist, but are actually mosaic, and the color variation just happens to be split. That's it looks like ice cream. Like one is strawberry and one's chocolate. Mosaicism is the result of two cells forming in development, and the axolotl comes out showing the phenotype of both cells, like a chimera, but not an even split down the middle. The color variation is more mixed. Mosaic axolotls cannot be reproduced through breeding, as it is an accident that occurs during development. Many mosaics are infertile, as they are joining of two cells. Piebald. Piebald is when an axolotl pigmentation goes all down the body and sides, not just along with the head and top like a leucistic. Many heavily spotted leucistic is mistaken for piebald. The axolotl in the picture does not have much sided pigmentation, but it wouldn't be unusual for it to go down all the sides. A piebald is normally significantly darker and thicker in black spots than a spotty leucistic. Unlike the chimera and mosaic axolotls, piebald is genetically inheritable. Axolotls with piebald included in their genetics are somewhat common in New Zealand, so there are many very dirty-faced leucistic but actual piebalds are rarer. So that's one and that's one. Silver Dalmatian / lavender. Information on this axolotl is not well known. This axolotl has more of a purple hue to them, with darker spots along the body like a Dalmatian dog. I believe this axolotl is only available within the United States. Enigma. This axolotl is bred by an American hobbyist, only available within the United States. There's not much known about this axolotl. Firefly. Firefly axolotls are literally one of a kind. These axolotls are produced by Lloyd Stroll II from Indiana, USA in 2016. These ones of a kind axolotls are not genetically modified. They are produced by embryonic grafting. The reason for these axolotls being produced is because Lloyd Stroll II is conducting a preliminary investigation into the distribution and activation of melanocytes in leucistic axolotls and, in particular, in mosaics. More can be read on his Facebook. Darker axolotls are given a lighter tail, and lighter axolotls are given a darker tail. Less than a dozen of these little guys have been produced, some of which have GFP tails. Here's one. And then a blue axolotl. Blue axolotls aren't actually blue, they're more of a dark gray or black. They can look bluish in certain kinds of light. Axolotls in the wild. Population. Well, yes, they are a very cute and popular pet. There tend to only be 1,000 or less in the wild. Some of the causes for axolotl endangerment is human development, wastewater, and loss of habitat due to droughts. What do wild axolotls eat? Wild axolotls eat small insects from larvae to worms, fish, crustaceans, and mollusks. They will eat anything that's smaller than their mouths. And last but not least, the axolotl lifespan. A wild axolotl can live up to 15 to 20 years. Pets living up to 20. They are a top predator in their habitat.